Good morning, YouTube. It's your boy SW. Hopefully we can cure some of that boredom today. Basically, I'm about to fix a mower. A couple weeks ago, I bought 6 mowers for 50 bucks. And in that same week, a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, I got a miter saw. Would you be willing to buy it?" I was like, "Yeah, you down to trade for a mower?" So he was like, "Sure." So of those 6 mowers, uh, one of them's about to get traded for a miter saw. So enough jaw jacking. Let's get to it. All right. Of the 6 mowers, it was actually 5 mowers on a bushwacker. It was this mower right here. It was also this one right here. Um, that one right there. This bushwacker right here. I believe this one right here. Yeah, it was this one. That was it. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, excuse me, 5. And this is 6. This is the one he picked out. He said it's light and he likes the 159cc. It gives good power and it's light. So I told him I'd get it. Plus it shoots out the side. Excuse the poor lighting. The shed has no electricity or no form of light right now. Just the door. But this is the miter saw that was given to me for the trade right here. Everything works on it. I actually used it to build cut lumber on the shed. I actually plan on selling this. I like one with a reaching arm. This one is not. So I am taking offers on that. Probably gonna start the bid at 75 bucks and go from there. I'm also gonna put a link up on Facebook, YouTube, eBay. I'm also gonna put a link up on eBay. And then we got Hook over here. We having him a fit. Got to get him some Benadryl. But yeah, I'm gonna put a link up on eBay for her. Starting to bid at 75 bucks plus shipping. But I'm curious, what do you think? Is this a fair trade? The Craftsman miter saw for the 159cc mower. Not quite sure the brand. Okay. Let's see if this thing runs. So it starts but doesn't stay running. So there's probably a clog in the carburetor. All right. So let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, a lot of times when they start and they don't stay running, first sign is there's a clog in the, I forget the correct term, but basically there's a clog in the line that fills the bowl. So it's filling too slow to let the Venturi do its job to atomize the fuel and air mixture to the motor. All right. Take the 2 screws off. Now we can leave the air line on. All right, I'm gonna leave fuel in. So I need something to pinch or plug the line. Okay, after removing the intake housing, The carb's actually ready to come off. I just have to remove the fuel line and the throttle and air linkage. Yeah, it's a brand new mower. The guy who sold it to me, he said he was cutting the lawn and found it in their backyard under a tarp, just sitting there. So he kept it. And he thought of me. He knew I would buy his little batch he had. There we go. There. That's good and clogged. I like to use the needle nose. It's harder on this, but it's less tools and it's easier to remove these items. So let's see how this is. Okay. So I am gonna have to disconnect it from here, which is simple as just flexing and pulling, huh? Okay. You don't want to put too much force because you'll bend them. That's one. Let's get this bottom spring out. That's you. All right. No. I'm not able to move you yet. Almost. Pop this one out here. Alright. She's almost ready. Last one. And this one should be as simple as pulling out. Yep. Gotcha. Simple enough. Alright. Now we're gonna crack this bowl nut. Crack that open. This is the drain nut on the side. When you want to remove your bowl, it's always the dead bottom or the two screws on the side. What's cool about this carburetor is the bowl nut's the same size as the nuts that's holding the airing box on. Oh my goodness, this thing is on here. All right, here we go. Oh, got it. Remember, you're going to spill fuel, so have your drip pan ready, or commit to the mess, or put it back in the engine, whichever you prefer. All right. I can already tell just from this little pull how the gasket is sticking. That could be an issue. It could be a bad gasket. There we go. That gasket's old, but it's still spongy, still rubbery. And then, like all carburetors, pop off the butterfly valve, don't lose your assembly. If you want, here, there's a flathead screw in there to loosen that, and you will pull your fuel line, the center line that feeds fuel here. But most of the time, as long as you have some form of cleaner with a straw on it, it's good. Okay, when you're cleaning your car, you want to spray in every hole. I've sprayed off camera, but you want to spray here, here, down in there, through there. Where's the other one? And these two right here, and this one right there, and those two, and you are good. When you squirt it in those holes, you should see the fuel going, coming out of the area. It should come out. It should have an entry and an exit, basically. So you're squirting in, it should come out. And everything else is pretty much the same. Pretty simple. This particular one is a slide through. Some is snap in. Flips up. Yep. I put the gasket back. It's good. Okay, it was supposed to have 3 nuts here. It was missing one. I added that one over here. Also, I have a new nut and bolt that I'm gonna lock this down with. So after doing a lot of fiddling, this is flimsy, but unless I replace this whole assembly that goes up in there, I can't fix that unless I bend it. The alternative is this right here leads up in here to which is called the air vane. And when you move this, it moves that assembly. The issue I'm having is right now it's choked, but when I start it, the air vane opens up. This right here pulls back too much, and this is too open, and it gets too much air, and it won't fire. So an easy fix is take the top off and actually get the air vane where you want it and tighten it, or you could leave it on and tighten it. I'm gonna leave it on and tighten it where I need it. And now that it's forward, I want it to choke, and I'm banking on the vacuum the airflow that gets produced by the spinning of the engine will open it up enough. Okay, let's see if it'll start now and run. Oh yeah, during my inspection, it has no oil, so let me throw some lubricant in there. I don't even have oil. I'm actually about to use some old transmission fluid. Pour a little bit in the gas, and then a little bit in the oil reservoir. That way, I know it has some lube. There you go. It's not what we want, but it works. Lube is better than no lube. All right, let's try to start. See what happens. And that's that. Now it's tight so it doesn't move. Normally what this does is when you get to certain grass, the pressure of the grass slow or increase the momentum of the spin up here, which will give flow of air that moves your air vane, which is up under here, but I just have it really tight. So now I just adjust it to where I want it. So I like it idled there. And now the next few problems with this mower is simple. One is this wheel is crooked. It's going inward. This right here needs to get secured properly. I'm gonna pour that oil out and actually put some real oil in it and sharpen the blade. Alright, so I added the missing, where is it? I don't even know where it's at. Right here. We had a missing nut right there. I just added the missing nut.